All right, looks like we're on. What have I done? Sure, we got some volume. Okay, good morning. Looks like it's time for some sassy seven. All right, I'll just get my feet going here and then we will chat. All right. Okay, 2 feet. Oh, and here we go. All right, so good morning. My name is Brenda. And I will be your host today of the Sassy Seven. And you get to watch my feet wiggle. That's just because we're not going to watch my whole body wiggle. So, this is the Chi machine. I found it on Amazon. I'm not an affiliate, but I'm pretty impressed with it and I quite like it. So, anyway, this morning's topic is the actual Sassy Seven. So, if you remember yesterday, I started trying to talk about it, but then I couldn't remember what they were, which is just kind of funny, don't you think? Okay, well, I went and found the Sassy Seven and I looked them up. And so I'm going to tell them to you today. So the first one is I am nourished. The second one is I am active. In fact, we read them like affirmations. I am nourished. I am active. I am rested. I am still. I am present, prepared, and joyful. So those are the Sassy Seven. Good morning, Mom. Morning. You're late. Oh, you're right on time. I started early. That one's a health rider. So you just put both feet on and both hands on, and then you push back and forth. But you're going to want to move that exercise ball, the green ball out of the way. Oh, that one's a bike and it has a little hitch in the giddy up. So yeah, it works. It's just kind of a mess. All right. So as you're coming on and you're looking at your exercise, what are you doing this morning? Love to hear about it. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Are you riding your bike? Are you exercising? Are you walking? Are you stretching? Maybe you're still in that rested phase and you are lying still and meditating and visualizing what your future will look like. What's that? It's not showing in the video. It shows every morning if you're here. Yeah. My mom is helping keep me modest. Thank you, Mother. All right. So let's talk for a minute about um, I'm active. Because I'm nourished, I'm active, I am rested, I am still. So I love these first four. So nourished is the food, and we're not going to talk about food today, but remember that the point of food is nourishment for your body. So the one thing I will say about food is just make sure it's real food. Eat real food. Eat it as close to the way God made it as possible. Don't restrict yourself from real food. At the same time, be just like make sure you're getting a balance of that. Make sure you're getting lots of colors. We have a whole thing on food, which again I'm not talking about, which is an acronym to help remind you of what you're looking for in every meal to make sure that you're getting the nourishment that you need. But let's go talk about I'm active. So active, this is what your body was made for, was to do stuff, right? And so if you have been in a position where you're less active because of the pain that you're in or different things like that, you can still be active. And some of the ways that we talked about doing that um, are like the think system. So do you remember Dr. Harold Hill? I don't think he was really a doctor. He was the professor of music. That's right. Professor of music in Iowa, right? If you remember the Music Man, he took a fancy to Marion the librarian, and there's quite a lot of great music that goes along with that. But what I learned from him, this charlatan that came through town, trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Was the think system. La di da di da di da di da da di da da di da. So with the think system, he basically was teaching the kids music by having them think about the song. And it sounds hilarious. And of course, the music didn't sound amazing when they finally did, except their parents thought that it did because they actually were thinking a little bit on tune. And as a side note, if you've ever been a connoisseur of junior high band, then you know, as my husband says, it's not an acquired taste. But it is wonderful to listen to them and their potential. Okay, so what does that have to do with being active? Well, this might be where you are. So you might be laying on your back. And I recommend a chi machine if you are, because it's pretty mild. But you might be crawling. Crawling is another great, very primal form of being active. And it's actually a pretty good workout. So crawl slowly, maybe just set a timer for a minute, but it's going to be your shoulders, your core. You're going to get some flexibility in with that. And that's going to help. It will help you. Don't do a lot of crawling downstairs if you haven't crawled a lot, then probably don't try to go downstairs unless you turn around and go backwards. But do crawl around your bedroom or the living room or something like that, because it makes that beginning. It helps you to start to get those active things. If you're more active because you have been doing things, then go ahead and up your activity. Did you know, Mom, do you know the statistic? If 8,000 steps a day um, lowers mortality, all-cause mortality by 50%. Right? I know, and it's hard if you only have your phone because you always have to have it on you. But if you have a wrist tracker, then you can count your steps. So anyway, so that's something to be aiming for, is that 8,000 a day. People say 10, but you really only need 8. 8,000 is the magic number that gets you 50% less likely to die for any reason at all. So activity. So, and it's good too. Like, I mean, being out in nature, the thing we know about walking or Chi machine, it does the same thing. It will lower your blood sugar if you do it after a meal. It will help to kind of smooth out those spikes. You want to have less spikes in your blood sugar because the blood sugar spiking is what causes aging of all types, including your skin. Oh my gosh, seriously. And also blue light. My gosh. So by the way, doTERRA sunscreen products are available starting this month, like right now, and definitely get yourself some of that blue light blocker of your daily face cream. That stuff is amazing and it will block your blue light. So if you're sitting in front of a computer all day, I mean, you pretty much need it year round. And I've been out for a little while and working in front of the computer, aging, watching my skin age. Yeah. Um, but anyway, the blood sugar also really super helps with stopping that aging process. So what are some other ways that you found to be active, Mom? Um, my bike does hurt a lot of things, but I was, and yes. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so in case you couldn't hear her, she said she likes to ride her bike. Um, and she's got a vibrator machine, a vibrating plate machine, and she likes those. But she also counts what we call neat activities, NEAT, which is naturally, yeah, now I can't remember what that stands for. But anyway, what it basically means is like whatever you're doing is is um is activity. So yeah, something. Yep, it can be if you have stairs in your house or stairs in your workplace and you can take them. Now don't go and start taking the stairs if there's like 400 of them and you haven't done it for a long time. Like maybe take one flight, not like, a whole bunch. So anyway, those are some thoughts and some ideas about being active. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing in the comments. Our 10 minutes is up. So I'm going to sign off and just say thanks for being here and stay sassy.